June 6, 1996. A mysterious explosion destroys the Chernobyl research facility near Moscow. Lucifer Alpha, a powerful biological weapon under secret development there, is released into the atmosphere, creating a deadly biohazard. Carried by the trade winds, Lucifer Alpha spreads throughout Eastern Europe and Eurasia, destroying 80% of the populace. Half of the world's people die. The greatest biohazard in history later becomes known simply as the catastrophe. But at this time, who could have possibly imagined that the ultimate biohazard wouldn't occur for another half-century? 50 years later, mankind faces its greatest crisis, the appearance of a mysterious android life form. Its purpose and origin are unknown. Is it a new form of weapon? Or perhaps an invasion from some other world? They appear during winter, killing humans and infiltrating society by taking the place of their victims. Employing an artificial skin,
that
they can sweat and even bleed.
That I showed you, that was
Part organic, part machine.
That was called
They're almost
Snatcher.
impossible to distinguish from
Blade
those
Runner,
they kill.
essentially.
As they steal their victims' bodies,
We have
in
like the
order to
floating
take their
hover
place,
cars and
these mysterious invaders
really
become
amazing
known as
soundtrack.
Snatchers.
It looked like a town called Exile. Well, I'm playing it and streaming it, basically. I'm gonna see how many obscure games I can find, emulate, stream, and, you know, it's not breaking streaming or Twitch laws because, like, none of these games got re-released or anything like that, I would say. Cool. Neo Curious. Yeah, it's crazy. The first shot is literally my screensaver. It's the Blade Runner background, but they put some city pop behind it as the cars are floating by. Bro, this game looks like a freaking movie. You're gonna shit yourself the fact that we can play this.
How was work? Everything okay?
Gillian, what is it? What's wrong?
Jamie, I've become a junker.
A junker? Gillian, but
Literally
why?
just has a
You know
city
why?
pop
It's the
score.
only way we can regain our lost memories.
Blade Runner.
Snatcher is the only
Yeah,
word that keeps
City
coming
Pop.
back every time we try to remember our pasts. I have
So
to face
City
them to find
Hunter.
out why.
Yes, but I can sense that there is something terrible hidden in our past. And if we remember it, it will destroy us.
Jamie!
That would be cool.
I'm going now. Jamie!
What? I can't hear you.
Gillian Seed, estimated age 31. 3 years ago, he and his wife Jamie Seed are taken into protective custody in the Siberian Neutral Zone by the 17th Siberian Investigative Force. Both Gillian and Jamie suffer from severe amnesia. Their memories of events prior to being picked up in Siberia lost in a mysterious mental fog. 2 years ago, after a vain attempt to rebuild their marriage, Jamie and Gillian separate. Following extensive special military training, Gillian is ordered to report to Neo-Kobe City as a junker, effective today.
This is a crazy pod they have her in this kiosk. This is all cyberpunk.
I'm Gillian Seed. I've been assigned to Junker headquarters effective today.
Oh, you're Mr. Seed. Please forgive me. My name
We're
is
going
Mika
back
Slater.
to our
I'm the
roots.
administrative assistant and operator
I'm
here at Junker
actually doing the
headquarters. Very
derivative
pleased to meet you.
content.
Mr. Seed?
Gillian's fine. You can call me Gillian, Mika.
Okay, Gillian. I'll open the main door and show you around headquarters.
This way gaming's really good
Good,
too,
ma'am.
because I'm not
Alien
taking
Seed is here.
space on my
I brought him in as you
computer
requested.
as well.
Thanks for coming, Seed. I'm Benson
It's
Cunningham,
like I
the
can
Chief of
stop and
Junker
I can make a
Operations.
save state or
Gillian
something,
Seed, I've
or I
been
could literally
transferred here
just
from the
pause
17th
it.
Special Forces Division.
I've heard all about your special training in the military, Seed. I hope you'll put it to good use on your new assignment here. By the way, I understand you're suffering from amnesia. Any sign yet that your memory's coming back?
I'm afraid not. I still can't remember a thing from before the Army picked me up 3 years ago.
You're married, aren't you?
Yes, but we're separated now. She has amnesia as well, and without any memories between the two of us, I'm afraid there was very little to base a good relationship on.
I can see your point there.
It's terrible. I'm named a Junker, and replicants are called the Snatchers. Who named this? I don't want to be a Junker. Well, they just called us the Runners, so we're the Junker Runners now.
That should be enough to make your duties as a Junker quite clear. This is your Junker ID card. It will identify you as a Junker. Carrying it allows you to
I don't want to
exercise
be
your
a
special
Junker.
authority.
Don't give me a Junker
I
ID
see,
card.
sort of like a police officer's badge, huh?
No.
And here's some money. It's
A
not much,
Junker
but
runner.
you'll need it to carry out your investigation.
That movie
Cash.
would have been terrible if
Credit
it was
cards
called
aren't
Junker
accepted in
Runner.
some regions of the city. You'll need this sooner or later.
Sounds like it's a rough place out there.
Go see Harry, the engineer. He's got your equipment ready for you.
Go into the detective's room. That's where all of our runners, that's what we call a Junker investigator like you. You'll be using the desk in the back. So my nickname's a Runner. Desk, Gene Jack Gibston. He's our ace runner. Katrina. Like a poster of Madonna they're jacking off to when the engineering. It was very detailed. I would stick in my computer card and the AI computer. My god, this is serious. This is like a Bioshock reality that happened in this world. Like the Cold War just like caused a nuclear Chernobyl meltdown and That's how you got this Blade Runner universe in 96. They have all of the chronology of the stuff. Literally all of the Town Called Exile stuff is in the computer, basically, of like how the organizations came to be and all of this. And they use spider drones, these snatchers. They use spider drones. They're called insectors, but they use spider drones. Like we were going to have. Snatcher characteristics. Snatchers operate almost exclusively at night and during the winter months. Snatchers only snatch VIPs. Their ultimate goal appears only to snatch itself, but some secondary effect of it. Snatchers' targets are restricted by their physical size, while they can adjust their size exclusively. A person's height of 150 or 180 centimeters in height. This makes snatchers of children and elderly impossible. Snatchers' weapons, a mouth-firing laser cane, and weak point, a slit portion of their skull armor, which make headshot size adjustment possible. Well, that's interesting. Snatcher history 2044. But we're in 1996. So this is a time travel story. It's a time travel Blade Runner story. Yeah. In the past, because it's 1996. In this timeline, but it's like 2047. I gotta read that again. That was crazy. Hold on. He Mars attacked and replaced the mayor, the Snatcher. What the hell in the they live are they saying? Yo, this is effing nuts. Okay, so basically they start in 4003 and then work their way backwards in the chronology, explaining their time travel to 1996. What in the fuck? That's cool. There's a 5% Jewish population in the city of Nyokobi. There's a 30% Japanese population, though. the white people are 10 to 5%. So are the Hispanic population. Okay, highest crime rate, and it's the Neo Crowbar. That's why it's the Neo Kobe. Interesting. Kobe Bridge. Complete quarantine of Neo Kobe is launched on December 1st, 2047. As an spray of the Snatcher menace. See it airline. Okay, patrol. Good. So they quarantine the bridge, Alpha 1, the mother computer, which unifies and oversees administration. Here we have developed sophisticated network implementation. I'll join you. I'm reading a really good sci-fi novel in this video game, basically. And now there's scary pollen that's putting the city under quarantine. You got it from corn. Have to be some really bad corn. Okay, everything's controlled by computer. The land, air, and water routes. For one mother computer system. They're explaining all the transportation. The black taxi, a term referring to illegal manual taxis. The referring taxi usually referred to government-operated, computer-controlled unmanned vehicles. However, such taxis as personal identification aboard only operate in areas designated as municipal data administrative districts. They generate records of which customers board and get out, making their use impossible or impractical for many immigrants and illegal aliens. On the other hand, black taxis require no identification and will go anywhere, making them extremely popular. Such government officials have decided that the black taxis, though illegal, have formed such a sophisticated organization throughout the city that they cannot be ignored any longer, and plans are being studied which would legalize their operation. What? This is so fucking awesome. Culture science. The space development plans were made in the late 20th century to develop space resources for the betterment of mankind, the global warming, the catastrophe, and other factors which are expanded the trend significantly. The construction of the U.S. space station Freedom, as well as the development of successful fusion-based propulsion, represent enormous steps forward in the effort as President's Helium-3 mine to provide fuel for fusion rockets was under development on the Moon. In addition, the new Promised Land project to create permanent colonies on Mars in its advanced stages. So we're doing it all. We're doing it all. The Mars Research Chronology, August 1988, the Phobos Project. Phobos 1 and 2, launched by the former Soviet Union, explored Mars and its termed moon Phobos and Deimos. This was made in 92, I think. So this is pretty impressive. 1997, I suppose. Man probe retrieves data on Mars, asteroids, and comet. Project initiated by Eastern European. Lost project on man robot for satellite in Mars orbit. Le Guin. Ha ha ha, they called it the Le Guin of early unmanned base. Herbert. They named the space base on Mars Herbert, though. Frank Herbert. Yeah. Construction begins on Mars spaceport moon Moorcock. What the fuck? This is all just some... Because Michael Moorcock. 2025. Completion of early manned base Herbert. Why is it last year? December 2030, first full-scale Mars base Vonnegut begins operation. January 2035, operation begin Asimov, the first mine on Mars. The Mars Greening Project, a project to turn a barren planet into a lush green world like Earth. Initially large reflecting mirrors which will be placed in orbit to reflect heat radiation back down to the planet. Simultaneously, greenhouse gases will be released into the Martian atmosphere by warming the planet's condition, which allow yeast and other bacteria to flourish or establish. Following this, the oxygen given off by these bacteria will be employed to make conditions favorable to high forms of life. Vast underground deposits of frozen water, the existence of which were discovered by earlier bases on the planet, have moved the project from the realm of fantasy into likely reality. At present, phrases like "turn the red planet green," "the Mars, the new promised land," represent the energy that those involved are putting into the project. Phase 1 of the project, the installation of the reflecting mirrors around the planet, is currently scheduled for 2049. Rocket carrying the first immigration and investigative team to Mars, the Beagle Jerusalem, was launched just last week. The Beagle Jerusalem. Biocommunication, communication without language by mechanically detecting code and the organic responses of chemical and other products given off by an organism. Technique. Science. Order a device for recording human dreams, pick up the brainwaves, allow for playback, retrieve screens, distinct sounds.
I said he was able to get plasma, so he found to do it again.
He is?
Oh. We're still at the creek. I'll get that one. I can only pay for, like, my phone bill. That's about it.
Really? What about, does the landlord know the situation, or?
Yeah. It's 2 months behind.
Huh?
We're almost 2 months behind. Dad could come and save the day. Can't believe it.
Didn't they say they were going to give it to you Friday, though? What the heck? They quarantined the city because of the Snatchers. Nice.
Oh, good. Harry's back.
Great to meet you. You're Gillian Seed, right? Haven't we met somewhere before?
No, I don't believe so.
Really? Well, I guess I must be imagining things. I know. All right, allow me to introduce the Navigator, which I designed especially for you. Hey, Metal Gear, get out here.
A Sega CD, because it's a Sega Genesis. I can actually talk.
Metal, introduce yourself.
Yes, sir. Pleased to meet you, Gillian. I am Metal Gear Mach 2. I am programmed to be your personal assistant.
Metal
It's
Gear?
like a special
That's a pretty weird name.
chip to make the.
Oh, he's cute.
Thank you.
I think he's turning red. I took his basic design and his name from the Metal Gear Menace of the late 20th century. But quite unlike that Metal Gear, this one was designed for peaceful purposes. Oh, that's right. Don't panic yourself. I got it right over here. This is your blaster, the official weapon of a junker. It's got full user feedback circuitry, adjusting itself to your reaction time. In other words, it's just as good as you are. What do you think? Here, see how she feels.
It's unbelievably light.
You bet it is. This ain't one of those ray guns the Army uses. She's put together with the latest carbon polymers and ceramics, not affected by heat one bit. And her ergonomic design optimizes both functionality and firepower.
Well, what do you think, Gillian?
I'll take it.
I have a video phone call from Jean-Jacques Gibson coming in. Connecting.
Junker HQ, this is Gibson. I've cornered a probable male snatcher. I'm in the abandoned factory in the M District. Request immediate backup.
Gillian, that means you. You better head out right away. Jean needs your help.
We must hurry. We'll use a turbocycle to travel to the scene.
Be careful, Gillian.
This is a turbocycle, specially designed for junker use. In addition to three-wheeled ground travel, it is capable of hovering and high-speed flight. The vehicle is also VTOL capable, so takeoffs and landings in narrow areas present no difficulty.
A flying tricycle, huh? I just came in one of these things.
We have been assigned this vehicle for use in our investigations.
They called it Interceptor 47. Come on. I spell plagiarism. We're in the turbo cycle operations. Good fool. It's because everything has two names, as it's like Blade Runner tongue-in-cheek name, and then it's in the universe.
Now departing for the abandoned factory.
Well, Cyberpunk is inspired by an RPG.
My first day on the job, and now this. Ace Junker Gibson is cornered a suspected snatcher. I wonder if this guy really is a snatcher. Guess I'll find out now if all that training
that
really
had
paid
its own
off.
series in the 80s and 90s. As a Blade Runner, all the nerds were like, we want to be Skyler Whites, but 40 years earlier. What? No. I just want to exit the turbo cycle. I haven't left the police station. I just got a new place and now I'm in a factory. Lightning's going off.
Oh no!
What was that?
A male scream. Perhaps something has happened to Jean-Jacques.
That's crazy. They had to make the option that I
Gillian,
flee
please
like
use
a
extreme
bitch
caution.
to
I read
make
multiple
the
moving
story
objects
go
within the factory.
down. They're like,
This
I'm
could indicate the
shocked.
presence of
You're a
snatchers
Blade
or
Runner.
insectors.
Get back in there.
Insectors? What in the world's that?
A spider-like robot used by snatchers as security devices. Though compact in size, they are armed
Not
with
the
needle
spider
guns. Use
interceptor
extreme caution.
droids that, you know, I read all the backstory. I know what the shit looks like. And we can enter the building. Keep your blaster ready. I should have saved. We've entered the factory. This is spot where you place the video phone call. Use the metal here to save. It's like you can fire and shoot people, but it's like a point and click and going through a million menus, looking, investigating, doing a bunch of, like, you know, you gotta use your brain. Ceiling looks quite weak. So I'm just going through every single option. And why'd you pick up the pipe that was boiling hot?
What the?
It's Little John.
Little John?
Yes, Jean-Jacques Gibson's personal navigator.
Little John's been demolished. There's no way to repair this bot. Jarring indicates he was hit by a blast from a laser cannon. Nearly all of the circuits are burned completely through. His functions have been completely terminated. Nevertheless, his memory may be all but partially intact. Right, we're moving ahead. Nothing sounds. We're the only ones in the area. Alright, we're moving ahead. Wait, there's a figure on the floor. Oh my god, that dude got his fucking head cut off.
Dear God.
He's giving himself head. Gibson, that's Gibson. My god, his head's been twisted completely off. Let's look at this corpse. Jeez, I wish I didn't have to meet him like this. Didn't really kill Gene. Still screaming hurts. Killed him. Died instantly. It would take incredible strength to do this.
what do you think? Can you get this memory chip out of there in one piece?
I will attempt it. Now retrieving memory chip. Memory chip retrieved. Analyzing recovered hair sample. Analysis complete. Results on the display. 1. Chromosomal analysis of cells from the papilla and root reveal 46XY. Subject is male. 2. Hair color, brown. Hair structure reading of 65 indicates European subject, wavy hair. 3. Attachment of root structure and thickness of the base of the strand suggest hair was pulled out of follicle. 4. Enzyme antibody analysis indicates subject is blood type A, Rh factor negative. 5. Cell component distribution indicates presence of artificial protein compounds. The results of the analysis strongly suggest that the strand of hair was pulled from the scalp of Jean's attacker during their struggle. This strand of hair almost certainly came from a male European, blood type A negative Snatcher. Now analyzing recovered tissue sample. Analysis complete. Results on the display. 1. Enzyme antibody analysis indicates subject is blood type O, Rh factor negative. 2. Chromosomal analysis of cells in the sample reveal 46XX. Subject is female. 3. Cell component distribution indicates presence of artificial protein compounds. 4. Number of melanocytes in sample indicates that subject is Caucasian. The results of the analysis strongly suggest that the tissue sample, a cluster of skin cells, was scraped from the subject during a struggle with Jean. These skin cells almost certainly came from a female European, blood type O negative Snatcher. An analysis of Jean's stomach reveals a major lesion on the caloric region of the gastric membrane.
So, Jean had an ulcer, huh?
Yes. In addition, I read a substantial quantity of partially digested organic compounds.
Organic compounds. If you can determine the composition and the degree to which the food's been digested, we may be able to figure out where Jean's been.
Now making incision in Jean's stomach to analyze organic compounds present. Analysis complete. Results on the display. Results of the analysis indicate the organic compounds are primarily composed proteins that have been exposed to digestive acids for approximately 3 hours. Amino acid structure of the protein suggests the meat is that of a buffalo.
Buffalo meat?
Yes, buffalo meat. The results indicate that Jean ate buffalo meat somewhere about 3 hours before he was killed. I'm reading movement.
Snatchers?
Unable to confirm. I suggest we investigate.
com.